Hi, fire signs. This is your August tarot reading. Hi, I'm Yamuna, aka Hinduitive, and I'm here to intuitively interpret some tarot and astrology for you. Okay, fire signs, I have three cards. We have Temperance, Ace of Swords, and the Empress reversed. Temperance is a Sagittarius card. It is about balance, it is about allowing, and in this case, I think it is about allowing through true allowance and not strong arming anything. It can be really hard, especially if you're a Leo or have Leo placements. Mercury is retrograde in Leo right now. It entered its shadow on June 29th, stationed retrograde July 17th, exits retrograde on August 11th, and then leaves its shadow August 25th. That's a long period of time to have a very bold and rambunctious sign dictating our planet of communication, travel, and community. So, the Temperance card coming up, because it's a Sagittarius card and Sagittarius placements tend to have a lot of optimism, this is a reminder that you have to do the daily work to temper yourself. This feels very much like a month for my fire signs in which you might say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and it has the potential to really do some damage. And so, as much as you can, remember that ultimately you are the only person perceiving your life, and you are the only person that can control the way that you communicate to other people and to yourself. And Temperance is saying you have to strike a better balance. In this case, I think joy and grief. I think if you're feeling everything really acutely, you are probably exhausted, not sleeping a lot. You're probably at the end of your rope in a lot of ways. And there is a lot of astrology that supports that and surrounds that. The Temperance card coming up first is saying, how can you balance your desires with your duty? How can you figure out what is essential in your life and what can actually be let go of? Also, it feels like a really important time for you to remember what is actually a big deal. And I think right now it's so stark, the difference between so many things, right? The wealthy and the poor, the starving and the fed. It's just really intense. And I think this Temperance card coming up first for my fire signs is a lot about needing to accept that this is the balance of life. And you have to create more balance in your own life. Like you have to create a little bit more joy. And if you can't do that, or if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all. If you find, especially for a lot of Leos right now, we're in your birthday season, you might not be feeling celebratory. You probably just you're probably aware that you could pop off at any moment. Follow that instinct. Don't let anybody else strong arm you into making plans or into dictating how you feel about something. Just allow yourself to trust your instincts, because this Mercury retrograde in Leo is also like in opposition to some difficult planets. And so it's a hard time to be able to discern. I also will say that for somebody, this is not a good time to enter a new relationship. This Temperance card is coming up to me as something that is, you need to slow your roll, pump the brakes a little bit. This doesn't have to be the end all be all just because this is the first person that you've met in a long time, or because you have a stronger connection to this person than you did to the last person. It doesn't mean that this is your soulmate. In fact, I've found in a lot of the love readings I'm doing right now that most of what I have to say is no, no, you're not going to be with this person. Yes, they might be back right now, but they didn't come back with integrity, kind of thing. There's probably something in your personal life that you need to bring balance to and also be for real about. And there are a few things that you also probably need to, for now, mute yourself around. That being said, there are a lot of new ideas coming in, and this is a good time for you to hunker down and get your ideas down on paper or to start developing the things that you need in order to make your dreams happen. I say that because the next card we have is the Ace of Swords. Ace, I always think of as a field of potential within the deck, and swords are air signs. That's Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, and they rule our thoughts and our communication. And because we've just been talking a lot about Mercury in retrograde, which also rules our communication because it is ruled by Gemini, this indicates to me that my fire signs will have a month of tug of war. I think you are better off not pitching ideas until after the 21st, really until September if you can wait. But you are coming up with a lot of new ideas and they are very good, but they need to be kept under wraps until they are fully developed. Because a lot of what I've been feeling lately is I don't believe in evil entities or evil so much as a misalignment of energy. However, I am starting to take more seriously evil eye and people's negative energy towards you. And so I think for my fire signs this month, as you come up with these new ideas, just keep them to yourself for now because the world is in such distress that I think no matter who you are, I think it is hard to be happy for other people right now. And not easy, but it is feeling easier to feel accomplished on your own. So, whatever this new idea is, make sure you write it down on paper because otherwise, you, if you don't get the stuff that is in your head down, I think you will suffer from a little bit of a creative block. And I say that because the third card you have is the Empress reversed. So the Empress is also an air sign card. It is ruled by Venus, which is ruled by Libra, technically also Taurus. But the Empress reversed is a stop in creativity. It is a need to stop worrying so much about what people think about you. This is going to be a month of just embracing the cringe and getting yourself out there, or at least getting the ideas down so that you can put yourself out there. The Empress reversed is giving me the energy of you standing behind a glass door, looking at everything that you want. You might be witnessing all of your friends and loved ones getting the things that you have dreamed about for a long time, even as I say that, actually, I feel like I don't know. It's just like you feel like you're not alive almost, like you're just not participating. And I think it's because you have stagnant creative energy in you that needs to get out. Every single person on earth is supposed to be creating. I was watching somebody on TikTok the other day, like building their lunch. I watch so many like lunch building, meal building, anything food, grocery hauls. Like I love all of that. But I was watching somebody the other day build their lunch for work. And I was like, God, they're just putting these exciting snacks into bags to take into an office with fluorescent lights. For what? Now, I have a chart of almost entirely fire. So I'm really in the throes of this kind of what is going on glass door feeling. But I think the solution is to create and to do something, and also to double down on your intuition, on the intuitive idea that you have for yourself that you are not meant for that kind of life. And more with these three cards, it feels like you've been trying to balance everything. It's like you're working a 9 to 5 for the sake of your passion. You have all these ideas flowing, but you just don't have the time to sit down and write them or to sit down and create, actually. So I think this card is really saying in order to be Temperance the Alchemist in your life, you have to make the time. It might mean eliminating your, I was going to say workout, but I don't think you should do that. But it might be setting your alarm for 15 minutes earlier. It might be saying no to a couple of social outings. It might be laying down some really strong boundaries with family and friends so that you can get done what you need to get done. But if you, Spirit keeps showing me like a clogged duct, like a clogged milk duct. It's like you can't feed your ideas right now because you haven't struck quite enough balance. And I think August is going to be the month in which, because everything is going to be such a shitstorm out here, it's important for you to get things as calm as possible in here. Generally, I feel like August will be productive, just not outwardly. I think it will be this card didn't come up, but it feels very like Six of Wands reverse, like very personal celebration, personal milestone oriented. And if you are seeking outside validation, and as a fire sign placement, you are somewhere, this isn't the month really for it. And you may just want to reject outside opinions, validation, attention at all. So for my fire signs, just to recap, you have Temperance, Ace of Swords, and the Empress reversed. We're talking about a need for more balance, not strong arming things. We're talking about a month in which you might shy away from getting attention. It's a month to hunker down, allow new ideas to come to pass. And if you are feeling stuck, then you need to find a way to shake that out. Also, I didn't say this initially, but with the Empress reversed, this is like self-care central. You are probably not going to really want to celebrate anything with other people, but will have a lot of success celebrating yourself. So taking yourself on solo excursions, doing a lot of skincare, staying hydrated, looking as good as you can this month will help you feel better. And in September, you will come out with guns blazing. I know everything is crazy. It's so crazy and it's so exhausting. And I know these readings can feel like you're hearing a lot of the same thing, but this is a month for you to really focus how you want to show up in the world and how you can find balance between joy and grief. But above all, let's just do our best.